You are about to listen to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast, hosted by Craig Forrestall. Find Craig on Twitter at that_sports_guy. The That Sports Guys podcast is proudly featured by NFL Draft Diamonds, your draft coverage king. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some football talk.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. I am Craig Forrestall. You may know me from Twitter as at that_sports_guy. But today we have with us Western Michigan defensive end Ali Fayad. Ali, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for having me on here.
Anytime. I'm always excited to talk to guys from the MAC. They always got a certain swag about them, and we'll jump into that. But first things first, we got to talk about home. We got to talk about where it all started, and that's Dearborn, Michigan.
Right.
What was it like growing up in Dearborn?
Growing up in Dearborn was actually, I would say, it was fun, and it was I had a good group of guys that I grew up around. So like, it was about hard work growing up in Dearborn. I really was into like lifting weights at a young age, playing basketball. I was really into sports, so I was real active. So, just growing up, it was just fun and, just trying to stay out of trouble, stuff like that.
And you touched upon living in the weight room. I actually wanted to ask you about that because it was during your freshman year of high school. That's when you really started to dedicate yourself to football and the weight room. And then by your senior year, you were at the top of the stat sheet in Michigan as you posted some of the highest sack totals in the state. What was that moment that made you decide that, yeah, you know what, football's my thing. This is what I'm going to do?
Honestly, after just going to camps and just like seeing myself against other talent in the state, I was just like, oh wow, this might actually be for me, because I was really a basketball guy growing up for some reason. I don't know. I really liked basketball, didn't make the team, so I guess football turned me right.
And I want to talk about that because you might have gotten a late start to football with your basketball background, but you were committed to Eastern Michigan at one point. Then Western Michigan came into the recruiting process. You ended up at Western Michigan. How was that battle between Eastern and Western Michigan, and how did it all come together?
Well, I was a late offeree at Western Michigan. It started with Eastern Michigan. I had to go to a camp. I had to earn my scholarship. I was committed to them for a little while because they were my only Division I offer, and I just didn't want anything to happen. So I wanted to secure that spot. I think once PJ Fleck got fired at Western, I think I got a Twitter DM from the defensive coordinator at the time. And after that, like it kind of was like apples and oranges for me for Eastern and Western. I was hooked on Western once I got even a tweet, at the time. So it was.
And then Ali, I want to ask you, because you kind of touched on it with Eastern being your only Division I offer for a while. You had a quote in another article that I want to read back to you. You were quoted as saying, "Don't worry about the offers. All you need is one." Now, that's a very unique perspective because so many players today are caught up in rankings and all that sort of thing. But why was it different for you?
For me, because growing up, like I said, I was about hard work, and I really didn't know what college football was, or even like I really didn't know much about college offers and getting recruited and things like that. And I wasn't really expecting that going into high school or anything like that. So. And I know coming out, and I know nowadays, like it's everybody, like you said, everybody's worried about rankings, everybody's worried about an offer. I think if you just put your head down, grind and ball, like better things will happen than if you're just worrying about an offer and trying to be, I guess you'll say clout chasing or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. I'm just more old school, I guess, with that. It's just hard work and just get the job done. All you need is one. There's many MAC guys in the league, so. All you really need is one.
You've played in all 38 career games at Western Michigan, starting 28 of those games. Ali, how were you able to transition so quickly and so smoothly from high school to the highly competitive MAC?
I had to for sure. I had to thank the coaching in high school. I had a really good defensive line coach. His name is Alex Duda, and he prepared me well for the college level. With the just the basics of shooting hands and like getting off the ball and things like that. That other schools that don't teach. So some people will come into college not knowing just little basic things, and I think that helped me adjust, and the fact that Coach Espo helped me out here at Western Michigan, I got to adjust really quick. It was just it just happened fast for me, and I just got it, and I just took off running with it.
And now I'm going to go through some of your career stats and accomplishments. So if you'll give me a moment, you have 32 and a half career tackles for loss. 27 of those tackles for loss have come in the 2018 and 2019 seasons. 16 and a half sacks, 8 caused fumbles, and you've been named to the All-MAC team. If you could maybe give us a scouting report on yourself and break down your game for some of our listeners that may not be familiar with you.
Well, what I like to design my game around is that like I'm an all around player that wreaks havoc in the backfield. I want to be in the backfield. I stop the run and I don't get pushed off the point my point. I'm strong at the point of attack and I rush the passer relentlessly and I got a handful of moves that I can pull out any time. So
Then let's go ahead and ask you about a not so great moment of the offseason, and that's when the MAC announced that there would not be any fall football this year. What were your thoughts and how have you adjusted to that news?
at first it was terrible. It was shell shock, but it was expected a little bit. Not saying that I wasn't working because I was working like I thought there was gonna be a season, like really was. I was going triple time. But me being an optimistic person, I was just like, all right, whatever, postpone the season or whatever they're gonna do. They just give me time to build more of me and build a bigger, better monster of myself the next time I touch the field. So I was all
And
right
then
with
let's
it.
stick there about the next time you're going to touch the field. There are some rumors that there's going to be a spring season. What are you and the rest of the guys on the team hoping for? And are you in any sort of organized activities or lifting schedule preparing for an upcoming season?
As of right now, we think there's gonna be a spring season that everybody is excited for because first it has nothing to do with it. I guess they say that has nothing to do. It doesn't take away from eligibility or whatever. But people are excited. We get to play football again. We thought it was all going to be taken from us, which it was. But we get to get it back. So everybody's excited. And as of right now, we've been having like little mini camp type practices. Nothing too too much. We're still social distancing and whatnot. We are still working out in different groups. So we're just trying to get it in, just slowly but surely.
Ali, there is a ton of talent on that Western Michigan Broncos roster aside from yourself. Could you talk about the culture that the Western Michigan program has and some of that other talent around you?
Definitely. Well, the first of all, the culture at Western Michigan's defense is bet, which means big plays, effort, and turnovers, and that's really what we really are about this defense. We're just about big plays, effort, and turnovers, and then other guys on that defense that are bound to have amazing seasons this upcoming year. We got Trey Hayward. He was an All American last year at linebacker, won Defensive Player of the Year. We got Ralph Holly, defensive tackle, coming in, um, going into his senior year. We got another defensive end, Andre Carter. We got Patrick Lupro coming back, AJ Thomas. We got a lot of guys on the team, that's been here, played a lot of games, and just ready to go. Defense is stacked this year for sure.
And then let's talk about the next level because your name is floating around on some internet websites with mock drafts and upcoming draft prospects. And a lot of those websites have you listed as a 3-4 outside linebacker. So, Ali, this is a two-part question. The first part being, do you pay attention to any of that internet noise? And the second one, do you feel that your scheme versatile enough to play in a 4-man and a 3-man front?
For the first part of the question, I don't really get my head into any of that noise. I don't really look up much. about that because coming from a small school, I know I'm gonna be overlooked, so it's all good. I already know how it is, and me, I think I'm definitely versatile enough because I can run with the running backs and I can pass rush with the best of them. So I can do both definitely in the 4-3-3-4, no matter what it is.
And Ali, you've been great with the football-based questions, and now I want to give everyone a chance to get to know you off of the field. So now it's the tough part. Now we're moving away from the football-based questions. You got to bare your soul. So you ready? All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
Ali, the first question: if you were the star of the movie and you could pick any actor or actress to be your co-star, who would it be?
Uh, you know what, man? Who was the guy that played Bane?
Oh, I don't know who played,
Uh,
but it would
what's
be
his
the guy who
name?
played Bane.
It'd be the guy definitely that played Bane. He's gonna have my back the whole movie, so I'm gonna be
You
all
guys going to
right.
be getting into some trouble?
Yeah,
Definitely.
most
Not.
definitely. Tom Hardy's his name.
There
Tom
you
Hardy.
go.
There we go.
And now,
Yeah.
what is your most frequently used emoji?
My most frequently used emoji is probably the laughing emoji because everything's funny to me. I don't know. I laugh a lot. I like to have a good
And
time.
now, what was the most important thing or lesson you learned as a kid from a family member?
Growing up, my mom taught me about, loyalty and having respect for older people and just having respect in general, just because of just mannerism and things like that, and just always being cordial and just being a good guy. So that's really one thing that stuck with me.
What is the one thing you want to do that you haven't done yet, Ali? For me, it's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, mine would be too, going to the Super Bowl, getting drafted to the NFL. That's the one thing that I want to
Yeah, see,
do.
it's a little bit different. Yours is to play in the Super Bowl. Mine's to go there as a fan. Little bit different. And now, the final question that we got here for you tonight is: do you like surprises? And if you do, why? And if you
Oh,
don't, why?
um, yeah, I like surprises because I barely get them. Like surprises as in like surprise gifts and
Yeah, surprise.
whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
surprise
for
gifts,
sure.
surprise birthday parties. Yeah, just good surprises. Do you like being surprised?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to be surprised by anything,
Uh,
anything
All
good.
right. And before we get out of here, Ali, you said the next time you get out on the football field is going to be something that you and the guys are looking forward to. Do you want to leave the Western Michigan fan base with any words before we get out of here this evening?
That we're bringing home a MAC championship whenever we can, whenever the next time they let us get on that field, and go Broncos, and we will reign for fact.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Fayad saying that Western Michigan is on the hunt for a next MAC championship, and the next time they get on the field, that is their goal. Ladies and gentlemen, for Ali Fayad, I'm Craig Forrestall. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.
Hey everybody, Craig Forrestall. Thanks for tuning in and listening to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at that_sports_guy to catch all the latest updates and podcast episodes. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.